Hello, everyone, and welcome to this 27th episode of 5 Minutes with NYIke. I am Isaac Sacolick, or NYIke on Twitter, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about how not to make technology selections, something that you're all doing as part of digital transformations or return to hybrid working or improving customer and employee experiences or becoming more data-driven in your enterprises and small companies. Now, I'm going to speak first about how not to make technology selections. I'm going to share with you 5 different ways people think about selections that lead you to technical debt. And then I'm going to share part of my framework that is an agile framework for architecture, POCs, and making technology selections. So let's get started with how not to make a technology selection. Okay, so I want you to think about your persona for making technology selections and also think about the people around you that are involved or stakeholders involved in making technology selections. And I have found that you fall into one of 5 different categories. Category number 1, I call the gambler. This is the person that only works with a few cards that are sitting in front of them, likes what they see, and goes all in at the poker table without complete knowledge of everything that technology does, doesn't do, the financials around it, the supportability of that technology, and so forth. So that's the gambler who wants to make a really quick decision and buy something and hope that it works. The second is the person who wants to go through a deep, thorough analysis, looking at all the nuances of that technology. That person is usually running a huge spreadsheet of all the features and capabilities and selection criteria, and it takes weeks, months, even parts of a year to go through that technology selection. I call that analysis paralysis, and if you or your people in your organization are doing this, it's really hard to run effective, fast, and smart digital transformations. The third is the group or the person that just waits for everybody to be screaming that the technology they have sucks. It's too hard to use. It's not integrated. They're not having a good experience. And you wait and wait until the noise is so loud that you're forced to make a decision around something that may not be optimal. Okay, so that's the third selection criteria. The fourth one is the facilitator. Okay, now the facilitator is looking to bring a large group of people into the selection process and make sure everybody is happy with what's being selected. And I got news for you, I've never seen this work. Right? Put 20 people in a room, 10 people in a room trying to do a technology selection, and guess what? Somebody is not going to be happy. So by trying to do this, you're back into the analysis paralysis category, and you're likely to take too long and put too much effort into your criteria. Now, the obvious opposite of this is the kid in the candy store that wants to buy a little bit of everything, try, buy, figure it all out as you go. And of course, that doesn't work at long term because you end up with lots of unintegrated technologies that are hard to support and nobody knows which technology to go use for a particular use case. Right? So too slow from analysis, too slow from trying to get everybody's consensus, too fast, too many, or just too late are some of the archetypes or personas that I see in technology selections. Now I'm going to share with you my vision, my way of doing this at StarCIO. It's part of a program that we do for Agile for Architects. It's a several-hour lecture and workshop that we do with architects, with anybody involved with the technology selection process. I'm going to share you one bit of it that's really the entire framework in one slide. Now, our framework has 3 different components to it: an ideation component, a planning component, and a decision component. It starts with really formulating a vision about what this technology is aiming to solve. I talk a lot about vision statements on my blog, so you can go to starcio.com/vision-statement, and you're going to see our vision of how to write one of these in a single page. Now, the heart of going through a selection process is what I call planning. There are 6 different disciplines around here: research, creating a decision log, going through selection criteria, ultimately leading to a POC. Number 7 is probably the most important part, is really figuring out the impact on architecture, people, and process. And then lastly, starting to put contracts together. All of this planning leads to a decision framework, and you can see 5 things that I look for as a CIO when you come to me with a technology selection, particularly if I'm going to be spending tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars on technology. I'm looking for an implementation plan, an ops impact, risk mitigations, reviews by financials and legals, and really understanding how this technology is going to impact organizational priorities. Now, the heart of what we do here at StarCIO is educate architects of how to do this in an agile process, particularly the planning section, where you're learning every single sprint a little bit more about that technology. And in some cases, you're going to pull the plug on a technology. In some cases, you're going to change your requirements. In other cases, you're going to start looking at a new technology. So that's why it's agile. Every sprint, you're going to sign up to do some of these activities. You're going to learn a bit more, and you're going to see, are you ready to actually put something up for a decision? So that's our framework in a nutshell. And if you visit us at starcio.com/5NYIke/EP27, sign up for our newsletter, and then I will share with you some more information about how to participate in our workshops around architecture and technology selections using Agile. Thank you for participating in this week's episode of 5 Minutes with NYIke. I do these episodes roughly twice a month, and please subscribe so that you know when our next episode is ready. Have a great day.